Captain Sarah Chun had seen many vessels cross the void between stars, but none quite like the USS Lazarus. The ship drifted through the Kepler nebula like a phantom, its hull bearing scars that should have been fatal. Plasma burns carved deep grooves along its sides. Meteor impacts had punched holes through entire sections, yet somehow the vessel remained intact, its lights still flickering in defiance of physics and reason. "Impossible," whispered Dr. Marcus Webb, the expedition's chief scientist, as their scout ship approached the derelict. "According to our scans, that ship has been destroyed at least 7 times over. The radiation levels alone should have cooked everything inside." The Lazarus had vanished 3 years ago during humanity's first deep space colonization mission. 200 souls aboard, including some of Earth's brightest minds, had simply disappeared beyond the edge of known space. Search parties found nothing. The universe had swallowed them whole. Yet here she was, responding to their hails with a transmission that chilled everyone to the bone. "This is Captain Rodriguez of the USS Lazarus. We're fine. Everything's fine. Please maintain distance." Chen's jaw tightened. Rodriguez had been declared dead along with his entire crew. The voice on the comm sounded exactly like him, but something in the tone felt wrong. Too calm, too measured, as if each word was being carefully selected. "Captain Rodriguez, this is Captain Chun of the rescue vessel Aurora. We're here to bring you home. What's your status?" A long pause stretched across the void. When Rodriguez finally responded, his voice carried an odd harmony, as if multiple people were speaking in perfect unison. "Home is a relative concept, Captain Chun. We've found something better. Something eternal." Dr. Webb's instruments detected impossible readings. "The ship's biomass hasn't decreased," he reported, his face pale. "If anything, it's increased. There are more life signs aboard now than when it launched." Chun ordered a boarding party prepared, despite the protests from her crew. As they approached the Lazarus's docking bay, she noticed something that made her stomach turn. The airlocks were open to space, yet atmosphere still escaped in gentle puffs, as if the ship was breathing. Inside, the corridors hummed with an otherworldly energy. The walls themselves seemed alive, pulsing with a faint bioluminescent glow. Emergency lighting had been replaced by something organic, veins of light that branched like neural pathways throughout the ship. They found the crew in the main hall, standing in perfect formation. 200 faces turned toward them in unison, all bearing the same serene expression. Captain Rodriguez stepped forward, his movements fluid and unnatural. "Welcome aboard the Lazarus," he said, his voice now clearly containing multiple harmonics. "We've been expecting you." Dr. Webb scanned Rodriguez with a handheld device. "Incredible," he breathed. "His cellular structure has been completely altered. It's not exactly human anymore, but it's not deteriorating either. It's as if death itself has been suspended." Rodriguez smiled, and for a moment, his eyes seemed to contain swirling galaxies. "We encountered something in the deep dark, Captain Chun. An entity older than stars, one that offered us a gift. True immortality. Not the crude extension of life your species pursues, but a fundamental change in what life means." "At what cost?" Chun demanded, her hand moving instinctively to her weapon. "Death is the cost of living," Rodriguez replied. "We simply chose to stop paying it. The entity showed us that consciousness, when properly preserved and enhanced, can transcend physical limitations. We are still ourselves, but more. Always more." The crew of the Lazarus moved as one, their faces reflecting an inhuman peace. Chun realized with growing horror that they weren't prisoners of whatever had changed them. They were willing participants in their own transformation. "The entity grows lonely in the void," Rodriguez continued. "It seeks companionship, others who might appreciate the gift it offers. Your arrival is no coincidence, Captain. The Lazarus called you here, as it will call others." As Chun backed toward the exit, she saw the ship's walls beginning to pulse faster, responding to their presence. The USS Lazarus wasn't just a vessel anymore. It was a living thing, a cosmic anglerfish using humanity's own curiosity as bait. Even death, it seemed, could learn new tricks.